3, 4.
Hey everybody, we were recording. A lot of our wonderful fans joined the lobby. As you can see, we got King Perez, Grind VR, Aurora, and Blaze TTV. They joined us. I muted them. They know that I muted them because we're going to go and continue with the interview and play Infection. Now, I must warn you guys, I cannot extend my arms where I'm at right now, so my gameplay will be limited because of the restraints on my location at this point. But anyway, back to the interview, question and answer portion. Bob Jr., where were we? Good job, everybody, by the way.
Let's see. Are you actually 44?
Am I actually 44? No. Great question. No, I am not actually 44. I'm 44 years and like a couple months. Yes, I'm 44. Sorry, I didn't mean to mislead everybody. I am 44 years old. Will be until next year sometime. So anyway, great question. And if you guys want me to prove that I'm 44, nope, not going to happen. I'm just 44. Bob Jr., what you got?
What did you do when you first started to realize how toxic the real attack community was?
That's a great question. What did I do? So what did I do when I realized how toxic it was? Well, first of all, I immediately decided I wasn't going to play the game anymore because I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of kids screaming and yelling at each other and saying swear words and racial comments. But I really enjoyed the environment, and I thought, you know what? What if I could maybe figure out a way to play and it not be so toxic? And so I simply just started being nice to people and asking them to maybe not be so vulgar and disgusting towards everybody else. And I was completely shocked when it worked for the first time. And it was like, wait a minute. So these kids really aren't bad kids. They just tend to get a little out of hand sometimes. So I thought, well, if I can help encourage a more positive environment and, give people a reason to want to be a little more polite to each other, why should I not play? So I decided, let's play. And I decided to start going by old Gorilla Bob, and I played for 6-7 months before Bob Jr. convinced me to start a YouTube channel. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, and I don't know, not everybody likes me. Sometimes they mute me, and that's okay. Sometimes they report me. That's okay too. I'm not going to be offended if somebody wants to do that, but it is, their choice. But anyway, I hope that answers the question. Next one, Bob Jr.
Why don't you report people for being toxic?
That's a good one. In fact, I kind of had that discussion with Electronic the other day. Yeah, that was me name dropping. Sorry. I believe everybody has good intentions deep down. And so my first reaction is not to go to the report button, but first of all, the reason I don't go straight to the report button, good tag, is because there's that doesn't do anything immediately, right? So it doesn't change somebody or doesn't encourage somebody to change their behavior right now. Because what happens with the report button, you report them and then somebody reviews it and they decide whether if they get enough reports, then they will ban people. And I think that's awesome. But it doesn't change the behavior immediately. If I mute them, I'll be honest, I've been muted. And you know what? It doesn't feel good. I don't like it. It happens. And don't get mad, but it doesn't feel good to be muted. So if I know that if I mute somebody, they're probably not going to like it. And if the whole lobby mutes them, that's like saying nobody wants to listen or play with you. And nobody likes that feeling, right? So what tends to happen is it's an instant kind of a punishment without being, anything dramatic, because they can always leave and go to a new lobby if they don't like it, which is an awesome response, or they can just start being chill. I mean, that happened earlier today. Had a kid that was just being super vulgar, and everybody was just arguing, and all we had to do was mute that one person, the lobby changed because he was the one that was causing the aggravation in the lobby. I just hit the wall. But within a few moments after everybody muted him, we unmuted him and he was super chill and we had a great time playing. It was just our way of kind of showing that we're all going to stand together and not going to put up with the vulgar, inappropriate behavior when it just disrupts the gameplay and it doesn't make for a good time. So anyway, that's why I mute instead of reporting. Yes, sometimes I do report, but I think everybody deserves a second chance, and by reporting them, that's not me giving them a second chance. Dang it, I got to stop. I keep hitting stuff. So, all right. Bob Jr., next question. Oh, I'm it, so I got to tag somebody now.
What made you want to spread kindness?
Well, wanting to spread kindness, I just think it's the right thing to do. You know, people, again, I believe people are all good deep down somewhere, even ones that are super toxic. And so if I can help and encourage them to be nicer to everybody, why not? Besides, don't you feel better when you make somebody happy? I don't. If I do something stupid and I piss somebody off, I don't feel good about that. But if I do something nice for somebody, I walk away thinking, dang, I feel pretty good. So yeah, that's selfish. It's an absolute selfish thing right there. By spreading kindness, because it makes me feel good. So all in all, it makes me feel good. And the first time somebody came up to me and says, you know what, you really made my day. I was having a rough day, and thanks to you being kind to everybody, my day is absolutely better. It made me feel amazing. And I love the idea that I can do good things, make people feel better, and then it makes me feel better too. So, so yeah, selfish or not, that's exactly why I do it. Next question. I keep hitting stuff. There we go.
When others are being toxic?
How am I so positive? Interestingly enough, I have a knack for this. Historically in my life, when I've been put in negative situations, if I'm by myself, it can be horrible. But here's an example. When I was in the military years ago, and we were put in a position where everybody was just miserable. It was raining, it was cold, and we didn't get any sleep, and I looked at everybody else and said, you know what? You guys are all complaining, but I got this. And I realized that I could have a positive attitude while everybody else was just completely miserable. And by having the positive attitude, it helped them not be so miserable. And so I've always had that kind of knack to, when everything's going wrong for everybody else, try to look at the positive and try to, show them that maybe it's not as bad as you think. And I guess that's kind of what I do in Gorilla Tag. When everybody's being miserable and complaining and arguing and toxic, just having a conversation with them and changing the topic, or getting them to think about something else or look at it from a different perspective helps to, change viewpoints and calm everything down. Good run, everybody. So. Next question, Bob Jr.
Why did you decide to make Gorilla Tag less toxic?
Why not? Don't you think? So when someone screams racial slurs or F you and frick this and frick that and, your mom and your trash and all these negative things, is that who we want to be as a society? And I don't think it is. And so as this virtual reality world is another environment in which we live in these days, and it's not like it's a prison system. You choose to be here. And if you're going to choose to be here, why do you have to choose to be so hateful to people? And so I want to make this environment, because I do believe that it is going to become more and more part of our lives as our kids get older. Good run, good tag. I think it's important that we try to do our best to keep it as healthy of environment as a healthy environment for our kids and friends and family to play in. Next question, sorry.
Okay.
I gotta stop reaching. I'm gonna keep hitting things. Every time I reach out, I hit the wall. Oh, that's Bob Jr.'s fault, 100%. Bob Jr. made me. He said, Dad, if you don't, I'm leaving you. I'm never coming home. And I said, good. We'll see you later. I'm kidding, people. That's not true. It is his fault, though. I actually remember him saying, I remember exactly where he was when he said it. He was standing in our dining room. I was in the living room. And he said, Dad, I think we should start a YouTube channel for Old Gorilla Bob. And I said, why? I said, I don't want to do that. And he's like, I just think it would be a good idea. I think people would respond to it. And he goes, just think about it. And I said, yeah, probably not going to happen. And I sat on it for a couple days and we talked about it some more. And well, on July 15th, 2022, I decided to start the Old Gorilla Bob YouTube channel. And that's where we're at. Good tag.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, what's up? Go for it.
What inspired you to make videos?
What inspired me to make videos? I mean, I guess if you're going to have a YouTube channel, you got to make videos. And I've made a few for my job on another YouTube channel that they're not public, so you won't find them. But so I've done some video stuff. But Bob Jr. does a lot of the editing and stuff. But it really was just, if you're going to do a YouTube channel, you got to be able to make videos. And I thought, why not? And if people didn't watch them, I wasn't going to be upset.